Horns up and welcome to a brand new episode of Headbangers Kitchen Keto 101, the series where I take you by the hand and step by step and help you on your keto journey, and I answer all the questions you've been asking about the keto diet and the keto lifestyle. Now today's video is a little bit different because what I'm going to discuss isn't exclusive to keto. It works really well with keto, but it can be used even if you are not on the ketogenic diet or way of eating. It's called intermittent fasting. Now, I've got a bunch of DMs from people asking me about intermittent fasting. There are many who will ask me questions about it on the Instagram live and on the YouTube live. So I thought to myself, I should make a video about it. So anyway, let's get on with it. So let me start by answering the question that you guys keep asking, which is, am I doing intermittent fasting? And the answer is yes. I've been intermittent fasting since the day I started doing keto, and even if I'm not on keto, I try an intermittent fast because that's a great way for me to maintain my weight and not put on too many kilos when I'm off keto. Anyway, that aside, if you're looking for a very scientific and more medical explanation of intermittent fasting and how it works, there are many other YouTube videos you can find. I'm just going to give you my take on intermittent fasting and the things I think you should keep in mind when you do intermittent fasting. So, for starters, what is intermittent fasting? We'll start with fasting. Fasting is basically voluntarily not eating anything, which means eat food for a long period of time and you are fasting. If you are not drinking water as well, it's called dry fasting, but I won't get into the subgenres of fasting because that's too complicated and people get a little cranky about that stuff. Anyway, back to intermittent fasting. So intermittent fasting means that you are fasting only for a certain number of hours and eating for the remainder. Now this could be 16 hours of fasting and 8 hours of eating. It could be 18 hours of fasting and it could be 6 hours of eating. You get the idea. Now how does this work? So let me explain this practically. You've eaten your meals for the day, and say you finished your dinner at 8 p.m. and you went to bed at 9 p.m. Now through the night your body is working, it's digesting that food, it's using it for all your functions, and it's depleted by the time you wake up in the morning. And you're getting up and your body's like, hey fool, I'm hungry, give me some food, give me some food. And you're like, hey buddy, I just woke up. So you go brush your teeth, do your things, and then your body's like, yo, I've been waiting for some food. Give me some goddamn food. And you're like, not today, son. Today, you ain't getting no food till much later. And your body's like, but I need energy. I need fuel. And if you ain't gonna give me the food, I'm gonna eat you. And then your body starts to eat you. Yep, you heard that right. Your body will tap into your fat resources and start burning it for energy. And which is why people love doing intermittent fasting with keto, because you're already in fat burning mode and your body just taps into its own body fat. And this is how intermittent fasting works, and this is how it helps you lose weight. Now you must be wondering, can you eat or drink anything at all during the fasting period? Well, this is a subject of a lot of debate, and I'm going to give you my 2 cents. Water, green tea, and black coffee are the only things you can consume while you are intermittent fasting. Everything else will break the fast. I don't care what anybody else says. In my books, these are the only 3 things that you should be drinking. A lot of people will say, oh, can I have bulletproof coffee? But the thing is, your body is fueled by fat, and if you feed it dietary fat in the morning, it's going to eat the dietary fat and not your body fat. So it's pointless, And a lot of people have things like, oh, if you eat under 50 calories, you're still not breaking a fast, or maybe I'll drink some bone broth or whatever. I say you can listen to those people because you just want to hear that as the answer, or you can follow my way and just stick to these 3 things. It's not very difficult. And I choose to go with the 16-8 fasting window, which means when I wake up, I generally skip breakfast and I will eat my first meal by 2 p.m. After that, I will eat in between if I need to, and then I will finish my dinner before 10 p.m. in the night. So that is my 16 hours of fasting and 8-hour eating window. Now for some people it's a lot harder to say skip breakfast. So you could reverse this. You could, eat breakfast at 10 a.m. and you could finish your dinner before 6 p.m. The window and during which part of the day it is in is completely up to you. There is no rules for that. So that's your choice. You can do as you please. Now some of you might find intermittent fasting very difficult, especially in the start. So if you are struggling, my advice to you is start with a 12-hour fast. The truth is, it's only after 12 hours that your body starts going into the fasting mode as such and starts, burning fat. And you may not really see many results with it because you're not really giving it enough time to use your body fat for energy. So it may not work for weight loss, but it'll at least get you started. So maybe the first week fast for 12 hours, then make that 14, and when you're comfortable with 14, shift over to 16, and you can even push it to 18. So how many hours you fast for is completely up to you. And I will say one more thing before I end this video. The thing is, you may have an 8-hour eating window or a 6-hour or a 4-hour. That does not mean you pig out like a fool. That's the important thing. For a lot of people, intermittent fasting may not work, and most of the times it's because they are cramming in too much food into the eating window. And at the end of the day, I do still believe that calories make a difference. Maybe not an exact amount, but if you are going overboard and being too indulgent every day, it's definitely going to slow down your progress. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you found it insightful. If you have any questions about intermittent fasting, please leave them below, and I will do another follow-up video to this where I answer your specific questions to intermittent fasting. So anyway, thank you for watching. Make sure you hit that like button, thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you on the next episode of Headbanger's Kitchen. Cheers and keep ketoing.